know if Catherine Hickman dreamed of becoming famous. Well, KC, who in the hell is Catherine Hickman? Yeah. Exactly. Kathy is the assistant general manager of the Cleveland Browns. When she was a child, or even as an adult, I don't know if she dreamed of becoming famous, but if she did, I cannot imagine that this was the way she wanted to achieve notoriety. Over the last 5 years, the NFL has publicly committed to diversity. The league has publicly committed to embracing the woke wiener. Now, the reason I say publicly committed is because I don't know if the NFL is truly woke. I know for damn sure that most team owners in the NFL are not. Me personally, I think the NFL publicly embraces wiener just to appease the mainstream media. But either way, when you publicly commit to diversity, it causes normal people to naturally be suspicious. It causes normal people to be suspicious as to why some people were given their jobs. For example, Mina Kimes. Everyone knows Mina Kimes is not qualified to be an NFL analyst. Everyone knows that ESPN gave, keyword, gave, this was a gift. ESPN gave Mina Kimes her job as an NFL analyst based on diversity. When you commit to diversity, it causes suspicion with how and why people have their jobs. Case in point, Catherine Hickman. Since 2015, Kathy has been working in professional football. Started in the CFL, where she was eventually promoted to assistant general manager of the Montreal Alouettes. 2019, she worked in the front office for something called the Tampa Bay Vipers. I think they were a team in the XFL. Obviously, that job did not last for very long. But since 2019, the fall of 2019, Kathy has been working in the NFL. Spent a couple of years with the Philadelphia Eagles. And in 2022, she was hired as the assistant general manager of the Cleveland Browns. On paper, you would assume that Kathy Hickman is qualified for the job. But because of the NFL's commitment to diversity, because the NFL was so eager to publicly embrace wiener, people are naturally questioning the qualifications of Catherine Hickman after her performance in an absolutely brutal, horrific, humiliating press conference. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. Yesterday, Kathy Hickman was speaking with the media in Cleveland. Someone asked Kathy how the Browns evaluate quarterbacks. If you look at the quarterbacks on the roster, it's painfully obvious that the Cleveland Browns do not evaluate quarterbacks. But even with that being the case, Kathy attempted to provide an answer. Instead of just admitting that they have no idea what they're doing, instead of admitting that the Browns haven't had a franchise quarterback in decades, Kathy Hickman tried to create an analytical answer on the spot, and the end result was huge embarrassing failure. Watch for yourself.
I'd say I'd just go back to like the plan that we have in place for these guys when it comes to developing is acquiring as many valuable data points we can. Now we know these things take time. So what is that going to look like at the end of the year? I don't have a crystal ball to tell you, and I don't do well with hypotheticals, but I will say that every opportunity we will have to evaluate them, we will take. None of them is going to take, a back seat in how we plan and program for them with the reps that we have. And then from there, we'll see what the spring brings, and we'll evaluate all possibilities like we always do.
What? Excuse me? What did you say? No, seriously. I know Kathy Hickman spoke a lot of words, but I'm wondering what she said. I have listened to that clip several times, and I don't think she said a damn thing. I heard something about valuable data points. What the hell's a valuable data point? When it comes to finding a franchise quarterback, I don't need valuable data points. I need to know if he is mentally capable of leading 53 men. I need to know how he reacts under pressure. I need to know if he can accurately throw the football. I need to know about his work ethic, because being a quarterback in the NFL at this level, it's a 70, 80, 90 hour a week job. That is, if you want to be elite, if you want to win. You don't have to work that much if you want to be Jamarcus Russell, but if you want to be Drew Brees, you're first in the building and the last to leave. All kidding aside, Cathy Hickman knows a hell of a lot more about scouting than I do. I'm sure she's a very smart lady. She seemed to be a bit nervous during this press conference, but it's not Cathy Hickman's fault that people are questioning her qualifications. Like I said, on paper, she seems to be qualified for the job, but the reason people are questioning whether she is a diversity hire is because the NFL has conditioned people to question everything. This is what happens when you dedicate yourself to diversity. This is what happens when you attempt to inspire change and racism. Choose love. This poor woman drops a steaming turd at a press conference, and people are questioning whether she is qualified. They're questioning whether she was hired based on her gender. What do you think? Is Catherine Hickman qualified, or was she hired based on diversity? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the main channel.